Is Sunday, May 20th, and the boys from the Backpocket have hit podcast 50, Decline. How are we?
We're good. We could be better, though. We absolutely could be better. It is Sunday after graduation, and it's another hashtag, Send It Sunday. But before we get to any of our podcasts today, because we got a sweet podcast, we got to talk about this, man. Our graduation yesterday, the ceremony, the commencement speech, everything was going so well. And Winblad, gets up there, is just hammering home a great talk. And she's talking about entrepreneurship, and she drops Declan. And she was talking about us. She gave us a shout out. I had no idea.
Yeah,
she said, what was it, like entrepreneurs that already have their own businesses, like Declan and Andrew, and Scott Ballard, which is Skyline Specs. So all the sponsor and the podcast got a shout out in front of like masses yesterday.
Yeah, but she butchered your name, and at first I didn't realize that the Andrew that she said was me, because I didn't process that. Declan, was it? Like she said, right?
Declan, yeah.
Declan.
Like mowing your lawn, Declan.
Yeah, and I didn't realize that was you until Steve looks over at me and he says, "They just butchered Declan's name, but you got a shout out," and I was like, "Oh, that's me, Andrew. Sweet."
that was me. No, everyone. Yeah, right. We are entrepreneurs, I guess. That turns out that's what that's all about.
That checks out.
Yeah, that checks out. What was just so funny though was the fact that I was like listening, but she just like ran over it so fast, like Declan and Andrew, like she said it like it was her job, and everyone just like looked at me. I'm like, did she just like shout me out? Like I had no idea, and it didn't shock me either because everyone gets to poke fun of me or pokes fun of me the rest of the day, calling me Declan and everything and congratulating me, just a great icebreaker for all the parents and everybody, but it was. That's happened my whole life. I don't think I've ever had someone just not call me by any. I've been called pretty much everything but Declan, a lot of the times. Mm-hmm. Like when you get the substitute teacher, like in like elementary school or middle school, Declan was usually where I lied, and then Declan I heard that one a million times. So hey, nothing new here. Carry on.
Controversies air we breathe.
Yeah,
and she knows now that it's Declan because she's coming on the pod.
Yeah, she's for sure coming on.
She knows that she's just a really impactful person. She was our commencement address, and she touched down in Silicon Valley and totally made it is what it is today.
Yeah, she's like the godmother of Silicon Valley. Like was hanging out with Steve Jobs and Bill Gates when they all started, which is super cool. So yeah, we definitely got to get her on. Her story sounded just absolutely phenomenal.
Absolutely, but trapping the puck on Ann Winblad. It's Send It Sunday, and it's a graduation and review. We sent it yesterday.
We sent it on Saturday.
We sent it on Saturday.
Be honest.
Yeah,
hands raised on that.
Hands are fully raised, and you can probably hear a little bit in our voice right now. It was a late hour. We were into the wee hours of the night talking podcast, talking graduation and review. It was a content type day.
You could also argue that we did send it today already because we were up until 2 or 3 a.m. On Sunday morning. But yeah, I mean, for all the listeners that have listened thus far, and you're now 5 or 6 minutes into this episode, the elephant in the room is out on this. We are definitely hungover, and that was a wild time. So we apologize for acting hungover, or actually we're not acting, we just are.
Allegedly,
whatever we are. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it was sweet. I just had a lot of dirt in my nose this morning though, which that sucked. Mm-hmm. That was not fun.
So we had a tent because. We didn't know if it was going to rain, so we got a tent, and my backyard is not really a backyard, just kind of like dirt and small blades of grass, barely covering the backyard.
Grass is a super overstated thing, but yeah.
Sure. And we were just kicking up dirt inside that tent all night because we had a massive dance party, and now everyone that attended the dance party has dirt inside their nose because you're just breathing it in your throat.
Yeah, I blew my nose this morning because oh my god, I'm so stuffed. Is it the allergies? Is it whatever? I blew my nose and it was just black in the tissue. I was like, oh my god, there's a lot of dirt in my nose. That's not fun. But yeah, what a day, right? I mean, it was just phenomenal. We're now full-time podcasters, which is wild, allegedly.
But it's pretty nostalgic, wrapping it up, graduation. We've been here for 4 years. It's pretty memorable. We've done some pretty memorable stuff. We've done some average things. At the end of the day, there were some really cool things, and there were some probably not so cool things. And
at the end of the day,
it was an average experience.